We're driving through the ending section of an area in Estero called the Brooks. It's really, really pretty. Where we came from is mainly condos, golf course communities, really pretty area, newer area in Estero. And then as you head towards the highway, which is only 5-6 minutes away from like Coconut Point, you come up to where there is lots and lots of shopping and restaurants, and then you're right there at Highway 75. So a lot of people are not familiar with Estero, and I'm telling you, it is the up-and-coming area. It is the most requested area that I'm getting in Southwest Florida right now. And mainly, I think, because everything is newer. The prices are pretty reasonable when you put it on the curve of Southwest Florida. Now, I know there's going to be folks out there that say, what are you talking about? It is not reasonable. But on the curve of Southwest Florida, it is reasonable. So it's a Saturday morning. You can see they do a lot of these kind of biking things. I'm not a biker. Like, I ride bikes, but I'm not a professional. I always say, if you're wearing the uniform, one of these outfits, then you're probably better than I am, because I personally go in a tank top and shorts. So anyway, we're making the turn right now to pick up the highway. So from Estero, you can get to 70, from anywhere in Estero, you can get to 75 in, gosh, less than 10 minutes for sure, depending on where you're coming from. But you can see here where it's building up. And they've done a really good job of keeping the shops in one area, the shops and restaurants, and the residential in another area. So it doesn't get all muddled up. All right, we're gonna jump on the highway. We've been on the highway now for 13 minutes, and we're right now entering North Fort Myers. So that's gonna be kind of down towards the river, not too far from the historic downtown area when you exit the highway. The exit for Babcock Ranch is up this direction. Yeah, so that's where we are. So in 13 minutes, we've gone this distance on a Saturday. It is Caloosahatchee. It's a tough one. But we're crossing the bridge from North Fort Myers into Cape Coral. So there's two bridges that go into Cape Coral. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to make anyone dizzy. I think I might. No, I'm trying to show you the water. I just can't get you there. I'm not driving, by the way. Obviously, my husband is, but we're crossing the river now into Cape Coral. And then the next place that we will run into would be Punta Gorda. So Punta Gorda will pop up south of Port Charlotte. So for those of you that are kind of following along on a map, what is that, the Peace River? What is that called? The Charlotte Harbor? Okay. So for those of you that are following along on a map, Charlotte Harbor separates Punta Gorda and Port Charlotte. So they're on opposite sides of each other, pretty close in terms of proximity. Now with pricing, Punta Gorda is going to be a little bit higher in terms of pricing than Port Charlotte. It's a little bit more Rivertown-ish, I guess is the way I would put it. Fisherman's Village is really cute. Restaurant, shops. It's like an open air almost. The ceiling is open type of market, and it's real big. I'll leave some pictures here for you. Florida, Port Charlotte, and then you'll see Northport. Northport is also very rural. So you can get homes on acreage. You get a lot of like spot homes where there's not necessarily a community. There's really not a lot of HOAs at all in Northport. I would say probably the only one I can think of is Welland Park. A little bit of Welland Park is in Northport, but that's the more sort of suburban part of it as opposed to rural. Now, one thing you want to be aware of is that VRBOs and weekly rentals, nightly rentals kind of went crazy a little bit in Northport as it started to grow. They don't allow that anymore. They're really pretty strict on their guidelines. So just be aware that you can't pick something up there in VRBO or weekly rental that. I believe when I checked last week, everywhere, the entire of Northport was under 30 days minimum on a rental. So something good to know. I always say you don't know what you don't know. So make sure you have a good agent that's staying up to speed on all these changes. All right, so diversion here. You can see that. I don't know if there's an accident or what's going on up there, but we went ahead and jumped off the highway.
See the fire trucks.
Yeah, you can see fire trucks just up, maybe a half a mile up the road. So we exited here off one of the Northport exits, and we're just gonna route around this. All right, now in our rerouting, we are in Northport, and this is a good example. This actually is a good thing. So I can kind of show you what I mean where I'm saying that it's just like houses that aren't exactly in a community. There's a lot of new construction and a lot of nice new construction for really reasonable pricing, I think, for Southwest Florida. You can build a home here in the mid threes, upper threes, which is impossible as you come farther south. So that's a really good thing. But this is kind of what it looks like. It's very rural, and you might love that. There are a lot of people who really like that. So we're going to make a left on Cranberry, and we're just going to route ourselves over to downtown Venice. So to give you an idea, from Northport, where we exited, to downtown Venice Island, it's 35 minutes. We are here at Venice Beach. We're actually at Sharky's. Sharky's has two restaurants, and then of course you have the pier. Absolutely beautiful. This beach is one of my absolute favorites. So door to door, it was exactly 42 minutes. So we're going to take advantage of being here. We have definitely earned ourselves a cold drink and an appetizer. Now, as always, if you have any questions at all, feel free to call, text, or email me. My contact information is always down below.